Hey everyone, my name is Aaron Curry. I teach physics, environmental science, and AP environmental science at Wise High School, which is located in Prince George's County, Maryland. It's with Prince George's County Public Schools. I've been there. This is my ninth year there. I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 next month. So I started at teaching at PG County Public Schools right out of college, and I've been at Wise High School for about all of that time. Like I said, it's my ninth year teaching. I'm currently making between $65,000 and $66,000 a year. And as a teacher, your salary it increases every year for the first 20 years of teaching. So when I started off teaching, coming fresh out of college, and I was 21 years old, I was making about 46,000. So now my ninth year, I'm at 65,000. And it's gonna keep on going up. So if I think back in time, about my high school self and how my high school self would see me now, and if my high school self would be surprised. In some ways, I would say yes, because I'm coming out of high school, particularly my senior year of high school. I did plan on becoming a teacher, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize just like how many like good things came along with it, It was just in a lot, for example, so in high school, I planned on only teaching physics. I remember my 12th grade year saying to myself, you know what, I can teach physics, And so, but then as I became a teacher, I was given environmental science. So like that has been very, very fun. I had to learn a lot about it, on the go, but as I began to learn, it was very, very fun. I've also won a few like awards, like Teacher of the Month in my school, and also I won Teacher of the Year back in 2019 too. So that was cool. I wasn't expecting that. I just wanted to just be, the teacher. Got a lot of love from the students. Running some after school clubs like the Anime Club and the Envirothon. And teachers, we also get a lot of free stuff too. We get free entrance in the games, free shirts and stuff. Sometimes the students give us free things from their parents. So it was some things about being a teacher I didn't expect. So I will be surprised at that. But just off the fact that I'm a teacher, I probably wouldn't be too surprised about that. A typical day, typical work day in my life involves getting to school around 7:30 in the morning. Now, as teachers where I work at, we don't have to be at school until 8:30, but I get there at 7:30 so that way I can have time to, kind of grade some papers and maybe tweak a lesson for the, for that particular day. You know what I'm saying? So, day starts at 8:30. The first period starts at 9 o'clock, and then my school go from 9 to 3:40 every day. We got 4 periods. We have an A day and a B day. You know what I'm saying? Each period is about an hour and 20 minutes long. So, during that time, we're teaching, and then during our planning period, which is our free period, we get a chance to, plan lessons, grade papers. And yeah, so I enjoy it. Some of the best parts about teaching is, just simply include teaching. Teaching and interacting with the students. That's very, very, very fun, very rewarding, very fulfilling. And as a science teacher, one of the things that I find fun is the fact that we're able to do different experiments. That's fun. And also the summers are very fun as well because as a science teacher, during the summer I'm able to do like science internships, just like how students have internships. And I believe for undergraduates, your internships are called REUs, which is research experience for undergraduates. For teachers, they have RETs, which refers to research experience for teachers. Speaking of REUs, apply to them like right now. Talking like as you're watching this video, after the video goes off, hop on your phone and Google, some REUs. Apply for them right now. Don't wait till January, February. Jump on them right now. That's a side note. But some of the, and that's some of the best parts of teaching, just interacting with the kids and then, seeing them mature, and then the fun things that I get to do during the summer, stuff like that. Some of the challenges that come along with teaching, come with sometimes like there's a lot of paperwork and stuff like that. And by paperwork, I mean papers to grade and things like that. Sometimes you might have kids who may be disruptive or too talkative and things like that. And that's where your rules and your enforcement of those rules comes into play. Sometimes you gotta tell a child to be quiet. Sometimes you got to put kids out of class. I've done that. Yeah, that's that. But it's ways around like it's ways around all of that though. Particularly like with the paperwork, you can save your lesson plans and PowerPoints and stuff over the years, just so that way you'll be able to use them in the future. I save my lesson plans and PowerPoints on like a flash drive. You can also put them on a Google Drive as well. So that way, every year you aren't going to reinvent the wheel. You just kind of just use what you had last year, and kind of tweak it a little bit, of course, because you still want to be up to date, but you don't want to have anything, but you don't want to just reinvent everything from scratch. As far as advice for biology majors who might be considering a career in ecology, I want to tell you that it's a super fun field. Hop into it, as a teacher, I hop into it during the summertime. I feel like I get the best of both worlds, so I think you all should hop into it. Be curious. Ask all sorts of questions, A few summers ago, I had a summer job with a scientist named Dr. Hahn at UMBC, and we, looked at the effects of pharmaceuticals and personal care products on spider webs and the spider, type spider abundance and all that kind of stuff. And I had no idea that caffeine and Tylenol, even affected spiders, But the scientists who I work with did though. That was it seems, that might seem kind of weird, like, how does pharmaceuticals, even reach spiders? But somebody asked the question one day. Somebody, asked, a question. We did some research on it. It was very, very fun, so I would say do that. Field work is very fun, getting out into like the field, actually getting your hands dirty for real, not like figuratively, but sometimes you might have to actually, grab, sometimes, samples of, dirt or whatever, depending on what you're studying. Field work is fun, so being somewhat, good, try to, kind of be in good shape. I know people don't really say that when it in terms of sciences, but when you're out there, in the field, you might have to walk up a big old hill, in the woods, and I can say that from personal experience. I've done that, what I'm saying? So, you want to, be in good shape, somewhat, another thing that, another bit of advice that I would give is, get used to writing papers, because, with science, they have a lot of academic papers and academic journals, and you all may be submitting some of your research to an academic journal one day. So that's going to be good to, get your feet wet in, in the active writing papers. And also, I would say public speaking is also a big part of being an ecologist and just a scientist in general, because they do have scientific conferences where you may have to present a scientific poster based on the research that you've done. And all of this stuff that I'm telling you all, I'm speaking on this from personal experience. I've presented at scientific conferences based on the research that I did with the spiders. I've had to, write posts, not posts, but I've had to write papers on my scientific research. So I'm speaking this from personal experience. So even if you are not considering a career in ecology, the skills that you learn while, doing ecology work, are very, very helpful. Like, for example, cause and effect relationships. That's not just useful for science, that's useful for the real world. So if I learn that, okay, if I remove this keystone species, then the other animals are affected. I can take just that cause and effect relationship and then bring that into the real world and say, okay, well, if I remove this, this could be just whatever, what I'm saying. If I make this one thing happen, it's going to lead to this happening, so you got that. You can learn to analyze and draw conclusions. You can do that. And also what you do, it really does affect the world. Like, you might drop some trash on the ground and think nothing of it, But that trash is then gets, due to stormwater runoff, goes into a storm drain. Then from the storm drain to rivers, lakes, and aquatic organisms can eat that and die. So it's a lot. It's a lot that comes along with with ecology. So it's important to learn. It's important to learn. Thank you for listening, everyone. Appreciate it.